3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
The biggest names in music.
Oh, wow.
Big names, big songs, big guests, big prizes.
Well, it's a big show.
The Big Show.
Put your hands together for the one and only
Glenn, Angel, FD, and Sean.
That's what I'm talking about.
1FM 91.3. Good times, greatest hits.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome to Thursday on The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Here's our career strategist, Adrian Chu. Once again, good morning, Adrian.
Good morning, Glenn. Good morning, gang. And good morning, Singapore and the world. How do you like my new t-shirt?
Oh, very, very nice. Very
Big show.
nice.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Glenn, for dropping it out.
No worries. And, thank you so much for the book that you passed each one of us. Signed, autographed, by Adrian. But this was released in 2016, right? I hear you've got a new book coming out soon.
Yeah, it's going to be out next year, middle of next year. And it's about career and about your career and how you can manage your career and what career animal you are. So watch out for that. It's going to be out in next year.
Angel?
Oh, nice.
Have you got a title for it yet?
No working title yet. But
Okay.
I'm sure it's going to be fun because we are bouncing off a couple of fun titles, some serious titles. So maybe we can have a competition later on to choose the book title. I don't know, but it's going to be fun.
If you need any help at all, you have 4 creative minds every Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
So just let us know.
Brilliant.
All right, Adrian. So what are we touching on today?
So today, we've had lots of questions coming in, and one of the things which we haven't done in quite a long time is Ask Adrian Anything. So, I would like to invite our listeners today, this morning, if you have any questions, just either WhatsApp you guys, or maybe just drop the question into the Facebook post and see what questions pop up.
I have a question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Angel?
Yeah, I'll go first. Is talent natural or is it learned?
Oh, that's a good one, Is talent natural or is it learned? You guys have been in the radio industry for so long and in events management and everything. I'm sure you've seen lots of guys who are really excellent talents out there. I don't know, what do you guys think? In your industry, is talent born or made?
I think talent is born to a degree, but I think the most important thing about talent is it needs to be nurtured. Talent that's not
Oh, okay. We've lost...
nurtured just falls by the wayside. And I think that's what a lot of people forget. They forget to nurture talent. That's just my take on it. My take.
Good take. So to add to that, then everybody is born with a certain amount of talent. It's just what kind of talent it is and how it's nurtured or not nurtured, right? Because everyone's got pros and not pros and cons. That's not. I don't want to say that, but everyone's
strengths and
got
weaknesses, I guess, right? Yeah.
strengths and weaknesses. Yeah. So if you don't build on that strength, then it's going to become a weakness as well.
Actually, I do believe that some people are born with absolutely no talent.
Of course you do.
Someone had to say that.
Yeah. Of course.
I guess they have talent in their own forms, but maybe not in the one which they're choosing to display, right? So it's like if you go on America's Got Talent or those shows, sometimes you see the guy has got no talent, but his singing is terrible, right?
Yeah.
But maybe he's a smart mathematician or something, right? Talent's different, like a square peg in a circle hole kind of thing.
Now, you guys are thinking too much. It's either you have talent or you have no talent. That's it.
No, talent can be defined.
We need to simplify our lives these days. Yeah.
No, I agree with you guys. I think talent is something that you can be born with, and then if you nurture it, it's going to be really good. But the bigger question with regards to our careers is basically, if there's a certain field or if there's a certain ability or capability which you need to display in order to be really good at your field, can you hone it? If you don't have the talent, can you hone it? And that's the big question, you see. Can you just practice enough so that you become good or excellent? And
I guess it depends on what the talent is. For some, like a musical talent is a little bit harder, or like things like singing. If you don't have it, you don't have it, and stuff like that.
Or
right?
like leadership, even. Sometimes
Leadership,
you're not born a strong leader. Even though you can be trained to be a leader, but if you want to go on to a next level, you might have to have some latent talent involved to actually be good, right?
Right.
It's interesting because I've heard the expression before. He has become such a talented person. Which means he started out without that talent, right? He's developed the talent, right?
And sometimes I think we confuse talent with skill. Right? Because there's certain skills that make you like, wow, he's really good at it. He's really talented. But it's actually a matter of skill and whether you've honed the skill. Like for you guys, like for you guys, if you've been in this business for the past 20 and for FD is 30 years, right? It's a skill that's been honed. Yeah. And if someone walks by and sees you guys performing on the stage, it's like, wow, you guys are so talented. But actually, it's hidden behind the talent, years of skill being honed.
Yeah. I mean, I believe that although I'm a radio personality, right, my talent is actually acting.
I agree with you, Glenn.
Because even on radio, you have to be able to act.
Yeah.
I agree totally with Glenn. He has an amazing acting talent.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think so. He fools me every day. Like he'll have a straight face. He'll say something. I'll be like, "No, really, you didn't know this?" And he'll be like, "No, I didn't." And I feel so privileged to have given him the information. But then it turns out he did know what I was saying. So every day.
What do you say, Angel? We can't hear you now.
Oh, yeah, rubbish.
Okay,
I'm not falling for that now.
It didn't work. All right, we are speaking to Adrian Chu from careeragility.org. Up next, coronavirus with Rhythm of the Night on The Big Show, 1FM 91.3.
Your management is going to call you,
Now we can make it a joke, is it?
Hello. So I tell you what, Adrian, we have a question coming through which I think is quite interesting. Hi, Adrian. I found a rare and ideal 2-year part-time contract job to transit out of my current role, as it's taking a toll on me to juggle both work and being a mum of 2 very young children. The new role will free up my afternoons for my family and heal my mental state. I enter into this new phase with a bit of fear. If this will dent my future career prospects should I wish to resume my full-time career. So going from full-time to part-time, is it going to harm if I want to go back to full-time after a few years?
Two questions I would like to pose this mom, I guess is a mom.
Yeah.
Number one, if it's for your emotional, mental, and physical health and well-being, by all means, go ahead. Don't care. I mean, I wouldn't care what the next employer is gonna think, because it's all about me right now. It's not about the employer. So I'm being a bit politically incorrect right now by telling you that it's all about you and your career and your mental health. Don't worry about if 2 years time you want to move back into the main workforce again. You can always explain it that I took a 2-year career break to look after my kids. I've seen people take 1-year break just because of their kids' PSLE year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's quite a common Singaporean phenomenon. So when they do that, they pump back in. It's okay as long as within that period, the 2 years, you are picking up new skills, you're picking up new experiences, and it's all right. I think congratulations. I'm very happy for you that you found an ideal balance. Very few people do that, and you know what? You're gonna go to work happy every day. And that is priceless. That's why we call this show Happy at Work, right?
Yeah.
Happy at Work is priceless. Goodness.
It is.
Go for it. Yeah. Strongly encourage. You can always walk your way around the reason why you took that path. I think it's fine.
Actually, from an employer's point of view, I would look at this woman and go, if she came to me, say 3 years down the road looking for a full-time job, I would go, here's a woman who's got her priorities right.
Yeah.
It's to me, as an employer, it's a plus point.
Yeah.
Responsibilities, priorities, puts everything,
Yeah.
But do all employers think that way?
No.
Do they, Adrian?
They probably might or they might not. So, then you want to work for those who do.
Right.
I think it's important, also to know that most of the employers who do think that way are parents themselves. The ones who are not, I'm not saying that they don't, but the ones who are will have more empathy for situations like that.
Yeah, that's true. But once again, I think it always boils down to skills. Do you have the current skills needed by the employer? And if you have that particular skill, so what if you've been out for a while? You jump back in, you can still bring value. Like Angel, like yourself, when was the last time you actually did a full-time radio before
10 years ago.
Yeah, but you still got it, you see. So you still got it.
Ow,
so everyone loves you, see. So no one's going to say, oh, you've been out for 10 years. Nah, they're not going to do it. But no, that's the reality of it. You have the skill, they're going to pay for it, they're going to buy it.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even say skill alone, but skill and talent. So I'm just trying to score points with Angel. That's all.
We know.
All
We
right,
can hear
I'll get another T-shirt printed for you. Don't worry.
Angel's favorite right at the back.
Angel's favorite, yes.
Angel's pet.
Angel's boy.
Okay. What is the most important skill do you think is to learn to be successful in your career?
I think it's probably, there are lots of skills involved, being good at your job, being good at what you do, being effective, working with people around you. But I think in today's COVID context, where you're just going to get hit nonstop by disruption, after crisis, after things happening, right? I think being able to be resilient, career resilient, personally resilient, to take the hits and internalize it, get up, move on again, get hit again, you get retrenched, or you miss a promotion or whatever it is, take the hit and move on. I think career resilience is really, really important. And I've seen the people who have been career resilient, they are coping well. But interestingly, according to the research that we've been doing over the past 6 months, we find that the Gen Xers are coping better with the stress than the younger ones. The Gen Y, they are getting a bit more stress, and the Gen Zs especially are getting even more stress because of the COVID crisis over the past year and a half.
Is it because they have not been in the workforce or lived through anything like this to know what to do? So they're kind of panicking? Because this is the first time for them, right?
It's the first time for them. Yeah, for the Gen Z, the younger ones, it's the first time for them. For the Gen Ys, it's the first time they're managing it, because a lot of Gen Ys are like middle managers, and it's the first time they're managing people in a crisis. So, but the Gen Xers, no, we have been through everything. So
you don't want to be part of Gen Y or Gen Z right now, because you feel like you're wasting your life. Because of this whole situation. I mean, we lived our lives. We did everything we wanted to do. We traveled. We job hopped. We did everything and anything.
You could
These guys, right, are living in a restricted world right now.
True. I remember when it first started and all the clubs and the bars and everything closed, and I was thinking, oh my goodness, all those kids turning 18 who were just waiting to go to a club and a bar can't do that. And I was like, oh my gosh, if I were that age, just like gearing up, I'm going to be legal, I can party, I can have a drink, this and that, and then boom, everything shuts down. So Glenn is right. We got to do everything. And especially travel and discover the world. That was amazing.
Travel, what's that? I've forgotten.
It's kind of sad, right, when you think about it, and you understand if they are, if they're in a bad mood right now, or edgy, lashing out. You actually have to understand their situation.
Stupid things on TikTok.
I'm wondering if it's sadder for those who have tasted just a little bit, and then it stopped. And then they kind of got that travel fever or whatever fever it was to be able to do that same thing over and over again, but then it was taken away from them. Or is it worse not ever having done it at all?
Okay, my personal take is I think the Gen Ys are the ones that will suffer more because they've had a slight taste.
So the millennials.
They've had the taste.
Yeah,
the
like
Gen
Sean,
Zs
you're
are
like
just
craving,
starting
right,
out.
Sean? You're craving to travel, right? There's so many places that you haven't seen.
True, traveling and also doing live shows again. I miss doing stand-up in front of a crowd, that kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like human connection.
Yeah, the going out with more than 5 people, not so much, but everything else, yes.
Yeah, I'm not really missing that big crowd thing. No. I'm not missing the clubs and stuff like that. Bars, yes.
I like that 10 o'clock rule though. Forces us to go home early, but I wake up early, that's the problem.
I don't like anything about this whole COVID situation. I just want everything to go back to normal.
That's Gen Z.
10:30 is the new 4 a.m., right?
Okay, guys, let's back it up. Let's go back.
Let's go. Oh, look, there's still time to have another drink.
When we come back, we'll talk about, can we have it all?
Stand by in 3, 2.
Wow.
Gwen Stefani featuring Akon. You know where that came from? because it's
No.
raining outside. It's a bit cold.
Oh,
So did you
okay.
hear that little quiver in my voice?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. The Sweet Escape
Right.
right here on The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is the CEO and founder at careeragility.org. It's Adrian Chu. Good morning, Adrian. And this morning we're asking Adrian anything we want. You can do that via WhatsApp 885509113 or our Facebook page. That's the OneFM 91.3 Facebook page. Once again, good morning, Adrian.
Good morning, everybody.
So, Adrian, let's talk about can we have it all? When we say can we have it all, we talk about career, work-life balance, money, family. Can you, in today's context, have it all at the same time?
Wouldn't that be nice, right? To have it all. And sometimes you look at some people whom you think and seem to have it all, and then you go like, wow, how does he or she do it? You know? But from my experience, 20 years of career consulting and with executive search and meeting lots of senior business leaders who are seemingly successful, I've come to the sad conclusion that you really, it's going to be very difficult to have it all as in everything. Okay, something's got to give, honestly, and therefore sometimes you just need to choose. I know a business leader, okay, who's a CEO, big high flyer. Okay, his wife is also a CFO, big high flyer with another company. Both of them are so successful; they fly around all over the place. And you know what? They have to get their secretaries to coordinate time for them to go and have dinner.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, they have to get my time and your time. You got to book it in advance. So they're making it work. But you know, and for them, they probably feel they have it all because they're okay with that standard of or that arrangement. So sometimes it's also a state of mind of being contented rather than looking at someone else and going, I want to have that.
Yeah.
And then you don't become happy. So
Right.
the answer to it is it's difficult to have it all. But sometimes, if you're contented with what you have, that's good enough. But and also the other thing to think about is sometimes you have to choose. Unfortunately, you just have to choose. You might have to choose one over the other. Like the earlier caller, the earlier lady who said that choose a career or choose a family, and she correctly chose the family. You know, kudos to her.
Right. That couple you were talking about, I hope they don't have kids, because if
They
they
do. They do have kids.
oh
They do.
dear, the kids
do have kids.
will be the ones
suffer.
feeling
exactly. And
the loss of having their parents with them,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know. It's interesting because you said should we spend time looking at someone else and saying, okay, that's what I want. Their life seems good. Maybe it's because I'm older. I learned a long time ago that looking at someone else is a complete waste of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you will discover when you look around that there are always going to be people better off than you.
Yeah.
And there are always going to be people worse off than you.
I think especially now with social media, everybody's life looks perfect because they only show you what they want to show you. They don't show you the stuff that doesn't turn out well. So everyone thinks, oh my goodness, they've got such a perfect life, perfect
Yeah.
kids, that wardrobe is perfect, everything else. But then they don't realize all the stuff that goes on behind it. So to answer the question, can a person really have it all? I don't think so. It depends on what the all is for that particular person and what the viewer thinks all is.
Yeah. But I'm thinking about that couple once again, the CEO and the CFO and the kids. Actually, I think it's not too bad because they've got lots of money.
True.
What do you think?
I don't think money can make up for it.
But it's better than having no money.
That's true.
If there were no, I think they wouldn't be in that situation if they had no money.
I know. I think it's okay for both the husband and the wife if they have such an arrangement because they have bought into it, they've agreed to it. The kids did not have a choice.
So collateral damage would be the children.
The kids didn't have a choice. The kids didn't say, okay, mom, dad, it's fine. Just give me the credit card and I'll be fine.
But the kid's probably going to get a Ferrari when he turns 18.
Exactly what I wanted
That'll
to
make
say.
everything okay.
They don't have
Right?
a choice, but they have a car, so it's okay.
Happiness can't buy everything, but Ferrari
One
comes
Ferrari
yours.
and one Porsche.
Yeah, depends where you shop. Happiness can buy.
But if you stop to think about it, right, as Adrian said, the mother and the father bought into this. The kids come along. The kids don't know anything different. Are they really going to miss it?
Maybe they see their friends.
They don't, because from the time they're born into that.
No, but emotional status, emotional need for everyone. I think it's very important. And if you miss that emotional connection with a parent or with a friend or with family members, you will feel that it's missing, no matter how rich or poor that you are.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I feel, at least.
So the way I see it is, something's got to give. End of the day, something's got to give. And when you just need to choose which one's going to give and sometimes it's different phases in your life. If you're younger, your kids are younger, maybe you want to drive your career forward. I think it's okay. But at a certain point in time, when your kids are maybe teenagers or preteens, where they might need you more, then maybe you want to be more available. So it's all about life strategy as well, not just talking about money.
Right. Okay. I apologize for their rather ridiculous questions, Adrian. I would like to ask you a more serious question right now, which is, when can one retire?
Good question.
After striking Toto, $16 million.
Oh no, that's the case. I'll never be able to retire.
But even if you strike Toto, just curious, Glenn, are you going to retire and do nothing?
Yes. I won't do nothing. I just want to play. I just want to play golf every day.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Would you, Angel?
We're talking the big prize, right?
The big prize, yeah. Would you
No, probably not.
You still want to be on a show with the guys, right?
I love the show. I love what I do, but I probably take that money and invest it in something solid, like property and stuff like that.
Bitcoin.
No, I don't know about Bitcoin. I can't invest in something I have zero idea about. So yeah.
I will abandon you guys straight away.
Bye, guys.
But I'll be listening to you guys in the morning.
So it'll be the big show with Angel, FD, and Sean.
Yes.
Good morning.
Yes. Okay, I tell you what, let's play a song right now. Paula Abdul, this is Straight Up on The Big Show, 1FM 91.3.
Straight up.
I think in terms of retirement-wise, I think the best role model is FD.
Oh, why? Don't say that. You scare him.
No. Why? Interesting.
Because, someone else, like right now, if you look at what you're doing now, I don't even think you look at this as a job.
No, I don't.
No, right?
No.
So, in a way, you're kind of retired because you're not working for the money. You're doing what you love. And because you've done all your things before, your financial planning and everything, right now, it's not about the money anymore. It's about what you love, hanging out with the people that you love, doing what you love doing. And that is, to me, that's retirement.
Yeah,
true.
That is true. Apart from the 4 a.m. wake up, you are
apart from the 4 a.m. wake up. But that also leaves you with the situation of one day you are going to have to stop. Right?
But, yeah.
And what this is what the question is. When can one retire? It's not always about the money, but when does one decide to retire? For me, I think the only thing that would make me want to leave radio is when I say I no longer have something to offer. I am no longer relevant. Then yes, I would leave because I have nothing to bring. But is that doesn't apply through all jobs, does it?
Probably not, because this is more of a passion for you. So I think you'll never stop. It's like what I always say, Brian Richmond. It's like, man, he's still at it now. So it's like amazing, right? And he's still sharp, he's still good. So he's enjoying it. I think, we need to redefine the term retire, because in the old days, retire meant that at 55 years old, you drop everything and you don't work anymore. But FD is a point, because if you talk about retirement as in, so maybe if I stop doing this, what then do I do? That's why we need to start planning today. What do I want to do? For me, maybe it's gardening, or I can continue coaching until the day I lose all my until I come to a point where I'm babbling and celebrating like a baby, right? Yeah, I lose my marbles. But I'm hoping that's gonna be like when I'm 95. You see, so I'll go all the way.
But why do people retire? Like for Mark, he's not retiring because he loves what he does.
Yeah.
He's not doing it for the money.
But frankly, it's not up to him, This is where the danger
it's
lies.
Not up to
Interesting.
It's not up to FD.
Why?
So he's saying he wants to work forever, but tomorrow someone goes, FD, you are irrelevant.
Oh, yes.
And that's it, you're out. So
no, but we're assuming that he can. Let's assume that he can work forever. Do you know what I mean? And nobody's coming along and saying, no, you don't, you have to leave and
but
stuff like that.
But that's setting yourself up for disappointment, right?
For disappointment.
If you're thinking like, okay,
no,
I can work forever.
It is for argument's sake. You know what I mean? Like for this current situation, if FD had the choice to stay on forever, is he staying on because he loves what he does, or is he staying on because he needs to earn a living?
It would be because I love what I do.
Because you've done all your planning and all that. A lot of people don't have the choice. They either work because they need the money, they need to put food on their table, or they retire because they're ill. They're not physically able to work anymore. But now you have the choice to do basically whatever you want if we take that other factor out, that what Glenn mentioned.
True.
Do you know what I mean?
Because to me, it's all about FD not feeling disappointed. Which is why I feel like, every time he mentions it, right, I think to myself like, it's not in our hands. People could retire us tomorrow or next year. You know what I mean? So what do we have, like what Adrian said, as a backup plan?
Yeah, and that's where my earlier point about being career resilient comes in. What's your backup plan? You can have it like a lot of people we've seen, they get hit by road bumps. How do you pick yourself up and move on forward? Sometimes it's not just the older folks that get hit. Some of the younger ones, like I just posted on LinkedIn about Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
you look at him now, so successful, $50 million a movie, right? He's being paid. But remember there was a time when he was an alcoholic, a drug addict, and he was right at the pit bottom, right?
Yeah.
But he picked himself up and he carried on, you see. And he surrounded himself with good people who supported him and believed in him. So the idea of being career resilient is critical if you want to enjoy a long, productive, not just career, but life.
But that's also if you have the advantage of age.
Yeah, you see,
on your side, right? Like Robert Downey Jr. would have been young enough to reboot his career if he had done it like in his 70s or something. I mean, acting you can pretty much go on till you kick the bucket, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, how many people would want a 70 or 80-year-old Robert Downey Jr.?
You look at Sylvester Stallone, he's still doing action movies, right? He's like 70 already. I think.
But he's smart, you see. Sylvester Stallone is really, really smart. So now he's banking on Creed, right? So he knows, he's realistic. He knows how old he is, but he still wants to make that money by producing new movies. Yeah. He still knows that he is a name, and so he just plays a little supporting role.
Like age appropriate, right?
Age appropriate, exactly.
Not like Harrison Ford, right?
so I mean, back to FD. I think I have the perfect plan for FD. If I was FD, I would go into podcasting already as a backup. Yes. Because he has so much to offer.
True.
Nobody can touch him if he is a podcaster. And as far as having things to say, you have a lot of things to say.
That is true.
I've always got something to say.
Keeping you quiet, that's the problem.
So you really don't need you don't need this whole setup.
Yes. That's true.
And what I've always said to FD since the first time I met him was, remember your ultimate side gig of being the celebrity wedding solemnizer.
Yeah.
That's your JP. So it's like you just charge $500 a weekend. Hey man, that's pocket money.
500? What are you talking about? No, we were thinking.
What are you talking about? 2005 to
2,500 per half hour. So just turn up. I pronounce it man and wife. Bye guys. Go to the next venue. Another $500. Man, that's the ultimate gig.
But I agree with Glenn. I mean, if you feel that someone's going to take it away from you, or if you feel that you will at some point be dispensable, then you create another avenue for yourself and know what you're going to do, right? And know that is going to be successful. Like FD's podcast will 100% be successful.
Of course.
It will be. He's got the name, he's got the knowledge, he's got the experience. 100%. You can bank on that, monetize it as much as you want.
Right. And you're a businessman. You'll be able to make it work.
For sure.
Yeah, it's a very interesting thought. But we've been talking about people who have a name, who have done this. What about Joe Blow in the street?
Exactly.
Oh, I ran into him yesterday.
He's a nice fellow, Joe Blow.
Yeah, he's not bad.
So, all the Joe Blows, are doing what they're doing right now, podcasting, because people like you are not.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's A different way of thinking about it. Yeah, I never thought about
very
that.
true.
Better still, you and Brian Richmond do a podcast together.
Oh my god, Shady Acres.
Glenn, are you
acres.
crazy? Two Eurasians doing a podcast. That is a court case waiting to happen.
Let's put some whiskey and rocking chairs in there.
Okay, we go
Hey, I'll
down there.
take
Go
the
down
whiskey,
there.
not the rocking chair.
Stand by.
That's a
Traffic.
great idea with cigars
traffic.
and Hiya,
Traffic.
I'll pay for that.
FD, go ahead.
Let's take a look at the traffic situation. You've got the usual delays across the expressways. I can't tell you that. PIE towards Tuas, we have an accident after Jalan Yunus. Congestion is to Bedok North Avenue 3. North Buena Vista Road towards Portsdown Road. An accident after Dover Road. Avoid the left lane. Please stay within the speed limit. Have everyone buckled up. Be safe as you drive today.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. In just a while, we'll be talking to Luke Tan, our Veducator and personal development coach. But right now, it's still Adrian Chu. I think we've got one last question for you, Adrian. Someone is asking you, what is the one question interviewers really want answered?
That's a good one. Among the hundreds of questions they have for you, I think the biggest question is why should I hire you? And if you can answer that question, why you should be hired and why you can bring value to the company and why you're going to enjoy working with me and why I'm going to make you look so darn good. Okay. I think you'll probably get the job. So work around answering that question because that's $1 million question.
Okay.
Wow.
Adrian, what if someone answered that question by saying, give me the job so that in 5 days you're playing golf and I'm sitting in your chair?
Oh, that's confidence.
I'm telling you, because that's an answer I got.
Oh. Did you hire the guy?
That's right. Did you
I
hire
did.
the guy?
I
You
did.
did. And
Then you playing golf?
Are you playing golf?
Fire
Damn it,
fella.
I'm not. The fella lied to me.
But he got the job, so...
is the guy still with you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well,
So I hope the job he was applying for was a sales job because he already sold
Yes,
it.
it was.
And so he did it. So no, I think ultimately, you do make your boss look good. You take stuff off your boss's plate and everything. But that's if how do you get promoted? But if you want to get a job, you're in an interview. The biggest question you need answered is, why should I hire you? And if you can present a good case for it, better than the rest who have turned up for the interviews, I think you've got it.
so anyone who's going for an interview needs to have that answer prepared.
Yeah, in
Right.
essence, it's interviews are like dates. It's a first date. You want to be able to put on a nice, I hate to say it, but a nice show.
Yeah.
Okay, and sell.
That is true. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Any last words, Adrian?
Well, it's weekend's coming up. Have a good one. Good weekend, everybody. Weekend, yeah, and hi, Luke. Good to see you again. Enjoy your session, and and so for all the listeners out here, just chill out. I think it's going to be a beautiful weather this weekend. Just spend time with your family, and enjoy.
All right. Thank you very much, Adrian, for joining us. If you want to get in touch with Adrian, it's info@careeragility.org. Thank you so much, Adrian.
Pleasure's mine, guys. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Adrian.
Ciao.
Up next, we have Luke Tan. Good morning, Luke.
Good morning, everyone.
Fantastic.
Good morning,
Luke, what are we going to be talking about today before we go back to the Big Show TV?
Today, we will be talking about boosting the immune system.
Oh, nice.
okay.
I think everyone could do with that.
All right. And since we are on radio right now, I just want to congratulate you on your new book.
Thank
Luke?
you.
Yeah.
Well, it's not new. It's new to you guys.
Oh, it's not new? What?
Yeah, I published it a while ago. So,
Oh.
Okay.
But yeah, it's been part of one of the things that I've done in my life. So I guess you guys have got it.
I received it yesterday, actually, in the mail.
Fantastic. Well,
I
thank
need
you,
to check
thank
my
you.
box, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
But if you do want to get Luke's book, it's called Awake and Alive by Luke Tan, and you can get it on all the usual platforms like Amazon, Book Depository, and so much more. You just have to Google it.
Yeah. All right. Hey, up next, we've got Alice Cooper. Here's Poison on The Big Show, 1FM 91.3. Good morning.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel so behind the time, man. Like Adrian's book is not new. Luke's book is not new. It's like, when did you publish it, Luke?
2013 or 14.
13.
Wow.
Wow.
That far back.
That's a
Wow,
baby.
that's ages.
Yeah. But a lot of the information is still very relevant. It's on nutrition, it's on training.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a while back. So I'm definitely due for a second one very soon.
Okay. Are you already planning it?
Starting to plan in
Nice.
terms of the theme and the structures. So
Yeah, but I have to say the photo of you on the cover, you know, you look exactly the same.
Yeah.
So it's been so
Haven't
many
aged.
years, but yeah, you haven't aged,
Yeah.
man.
Proven.
haven't aged.
Wow.
8 years, man.
So good, man. You haven't aged.
Gotta walk the walk. Definitely gotta walk the walk.
That is true. All right, Luke, today you're going to be talking about 5 ways to boost your immune system to fight infections. I think it's so important,
Right.
especially now with everything flying in the air.
Indeed.
Before we start that, Luke, though, what really compromises your immune system? We all think we know.
I think the thing is that I've kind of identified it into 5 things and 5 solutions as well to a certain degree. To a certain degree, I would say being sedentary as well, a sedentary lifestyle adds to it. The foods that you actually eat, having a high amount of animal-based foods and processed foods would contribute to it. The third thing would be potential vitamin and mineral deficiencies. 4th is lack of connection, social connection that impacts the immune system as well. And 5th is all about breathing. You know, as we've covered before, how you breathe is how your immune system adapts to the environment that you're in.
Wow,
So these are
okay.
the 5.
Okay.
So I'm going to be going into that.
Okay, I think
Yeah.
we can jump straight in.
Sweet, awesome. So I guess the reason why I decided to focus on this topic today was because I did an interview for the Plant-Based Asia Summit with this particular doctor, Dr. Xia, who is a nutrition specialist based in Shanghai, and he was sharing with me some data in China, which I found so fascinating. And he was showing me that the graphs of the people that were dying from COVID, there were tenfold increase for the people that were dying from COVID had comorbidities, meaning that they were suffering from cardiovascular disease, diabetes, hypertension, chronic disease, chronic respiratory disease, and cancer, versus people who do not have these conditions. It's way down here. So that was what kind of prompted my thought on, okay, how do we boost the immune system? And for me, for a start, I always focus on the 3 Fs on boosting your immune system. What is your feed like, your news feed? You know, what kind of news you're getting and what kind of sensory input are you getting in? Because if you're getting negative news, you're going to be put in a fight or flight state.
Right.
The next one, the second F, is the friends around you. Are your friends adding to your stress or making you less stressed? And finally, is food. So 3 Fs, friends, a family, a friends, feed, and food. So I guess if we go into food, the very first thing, as I said, having too much animal-based foods and processed foods. And if we look at majority of animal-based foods, they come from industrially farmed places. So it's highly, highly toxic. So foods, I mean, at the basis of all chronic disease, if we look at it, the root cause is chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation at some level, whether it's in your vessels, in your organs, and it really, fat storage is inflammation. Your body trying to buffer toxicity through that inflammation, which is fat. So at the root cause of every chronic disease is inflammation. So how can we reduce inflammation? Firstly, stop the assault. Let's consume less inflammatory food. So foods, why animal-based foods? Because it contains things like TMAO, trimethylamine oxide, advanced glycation end products, omega-6s, all these are pro-inflammatory. Processed foods as well are high in omega-6s. I mean, things like palm oil, that's highly, highly inflammatory. And when we look at processed foods, a lot of the foods lack fiber, lack nutrients, they're just high in calories as well. So I think the first step is to stop the assault, at least where the first part is concerned, food.
Right.
So how can you, so with this first component, how can you boost your immunity through foods? So maybe firstly stopping the assault, stop the toxins coming in. The next thing is focus on foods that are high in fiber. There's this book by Dr. Will Bushowitz, Fiber Fuel, and he talks about having at least 30 plants a week. So 30 plants a week, 30 different plants. And some people think like, oh my goodness, that's a lot of plants. What are plant foods that actually boost immunity? Nuts and seeds, whole grains, legume sources, fruits, and vegetables. So these are all rich in water, fiber, and nutrients and phytochemicals that will help boost the immune system, rich in vitamin C, antioxidants, all of the good stuff. So takeaway piece is maybe add a green smoothie. If you can't, you don't really have access, you don't eat a lot of vegetables, it's easier to drink your greens. Add a couple of fruits. I mean, we live in tropical Singapore. At the end of, instead of having your pulut hitam and your bubur cha-cha, as I used to have some fruits. Have some fruits. Just to add some fiber and water and phytochemicals, which will help boost the immune system. So that's food. Stop the assault, add more water, fiber, and nutrients. Number one. Number two, as they say, being sedentary. Any questions on that first aspect, though?
Yes. You mentioned omega-6 just now.
Correct.
What about people who are taking supplements, omega-3, 6, 9?
Yeah, omega-3 definitely is good to supplement with omega-3, 6, 9, but it's important to not I know you want to boost omega-3 to reduce your the thing is about the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio.
Right.
Ideally, you want to be like in a 2-to-1 ratio, but because if you're having a high amount of omega-6s, it's going to be like a 20-to-1 ratio. And if you consistently supplement omega-3, the ratio might be 30-to-20. But the thing is that you look at the quality of omega-3 sources as well. Sometimes omega-3 oils are made from fish, and fish are high in heavy metals as well. So you might be adding extra toxicity by supplementing. So I think it's to bring that down first, and then potentially look at plant-based omega-3 sources like algae,
seaweed,
spirulina. Really not spirulina, I would say, but probably more algae sources.
Okay. Being sedentary, you were about to jump into that.
Yeah, as I said, being sedentary is one of the big things. As they say, you may have heard the term "sitting is the new smoking," and there is a lot of research showing that the more sedentary you are, the higher the percentage of risk for chronic disease down the track and mortality.
Yeah.
So the thing is that, when I did a stock take, and that's why I work standing, because a lot of times we end up sitting 90% of the day. That we don't really circulate blood flow, we don't oxygenate our cells. So question is how? How can I get out of that mindset? How can I get out of sitting the whole day? For a start, I bought this thing called Levitate, and I used to work out there a lot. So it's a flat thing, but what actually happens is I fold it up. Becomes a stand-up desk. So I put that in my backpack. How cool is that?
How is it a stand-up when it's so short?
Put it on a table?
Because I put it on a desk.
Put it on top of something else, right?
I'm like on Starbucks. It's the Starbucks table, and I'm just working standing.
So you don't have to bend over.
Correct.
And you're not sleeping.
No, you'll be like that.
Okay. Where did Luke go? Yeah.
There we go. Luke was sitting.
But also, I was thinking to prevent people from sitting down too much, set your alarm to go off every half an hour, so you get up for 30 seconds or something, move around. Because we all need reminders, right?
Very, very good point, I think. There we go, Glenn.
Suddenly all got up. Whoa.
I feel better, actually.
Yes, because your blood flows.
Exactly, blood flows, and you're a lot more productive. And you're right, Angelique. Definitely, I use Pomodoros. So there's Pomodoro-diamonds.com.
We're going back on air, so we can take that again.
Okay.
Sure.
Stand by, FD. Do want traffic? I'm standing up, my FD.
1FM 91.3 traffic.
Alrighty, Sean wanted me to do my traffic standing up. I don't think you guys want to see my legs. The PIE towards Tuas. The PIE towards Tuas, an accident after Jalan Yunos, congestion to Bedok North Avenue 3 exit, avoid lane 1. North Buena Vista Road towards Portsdown Road, an accident after Dover Road, avoid the left lane. Usual delays across the expressways. Stay within the speed limit, please. Make sure you've got everyone buckled up. Be safe as you drive today.
1FM 91.3, it's The Big Show with Glenn, Angel, FD, and Sean. Luke, myself, Sean, we're standing up and feeling good, right? I have to say. Angel, of course, with a hand like that, live long and prosper too.
No, it means I want to say something.
Yes, go ahead.
So we're talking to Luke Tan today, and we're talking about 5 ways to boost your immune system to fight infections. Now, Luke, on the Big Show TV, you already went through excess consumption of animal-based and processed foods, vitamin and mineral deficiencies, and now we're talking about being sedentary. And you spoke about how it is. Sitting is the new smoking. That's what you said. And I had mentioned one good way to remind us to stand up, say, every half an hour or move every half an hour is to put a timer on our phone or set an alarm for every half an hour. But you were talking about Pomodoro timer, which I'm just looking at on the Google Play Store. And it is literally bring structure to your workflow by utilizing time blocking Pomodoro techniques. Can you tell us more about that?
100%, yeah, for sure. So there are many apps out there. People may know about Pomodoros, but Pomodoros is basically breaking up your work break, breaking up in your kind of work cycle into focus time and rest time. So it could be 25 minutes of work versus 15 or 5 minutes of rest or break, or it could be 40. For me, I like to work with a 45-minute kind of focus time and then 15-minute break. So you set your Pomodoro, or you can set your time. I go to this website called tomatotimers.com, and I just set it for 45 minutes, and it allows for me to focus because that actual act of setting that timer kind of makes me zero in on the task ahead. But when the time goes off, 15-minute rest comes on, I will just basically, I work standing for all of the day, but I might do some stretch because I know my hip flexors are tight. Do some stretching, do some, up dog, down dog, do some breath work, because that is time. And you could even just walk to your pantry to get some water, get some tea, because the thing is that when you actually don't think about it, you're really sitting down for 90% of the day. You're sitting at work, you drive home, and then next thing you know, you come back to your couch, you sit, you eat dinner, and then you rest. So majority of the day you're sitting, and as research has shown that people that sedentary lifestyle, when you spend most of your life in a sedentary kind of environment, you elevate your risk of chronic disease and death down the track as well.
Wow.
So I think it's important to really focus on how much you're moving throughout the day, because people think, oh, wow, I train 2 to 3 times a week, but that's really 3 hours out of 160 or 170 hours in a week, which is 0.01% or 0.05% of your week or so.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to just kind of take log of how much you're sitting and really start integrating movement.
No, I really forgot how nice it is to just stand up.
And
and work. I think in our previous studio, FD, I don't know about you, but I used to stand up.
You used to stand,
We had a standing studio.
Yeah.
And so I think I've got a request from the bosses, right, to renovate the studio.
Yes.
But the studio that we're in now is more conducive because it's higher.
No, but it's still not a standing studio.
It's
still
not
not
as high,
standing. Yeah. It's got to be standing.
I do want to say that anyone who's listening to this should make sure they share this video with their bosses, because what Luke is saying makes complete sense. But I do see bosses going, hey, you're stretching, you're not working up.
You know away all the chest thing.
I am telling you, there will be bosses like this, and bosses need to understand that following this system only makes your people more productive.
Yes.
And they need to understand that, because I can see bosses going, why are you not working?
The bosses are going like, what happened there? How come all of a sudden we're involved now?
Because bosses need to watch this, because it will increase the productivity of companies. This is a good thing.
Okay, so Luke, you talked about being sedentary, and you have lack of connection. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, lack of connection. I think the thing is that when we feel alone, really, when we're not feeling motivated, we're doubting ourselves, stressing about our lives, our emotional state dictates our physical and mental state. So our emotion drives our action or inaction. So I think it's important to really look at how you feel, really ascertain if you're feeling a little bit down, start reaching out to people.
Okay, let's continue that on the Big Show TV.
Sure.
Okay. You mentioning Pomodoro and all that, I'm thinking pasta al Pomodoro for lunch.
Indeed.
All right, up next, the script. Here's Superheroes on the Big Show, OneFM 91.3.
It's funny. One of them is called Pomodoro and the other one's called tomato. What's with all the tomatoes?
I think it came out by French. This concept was invented by Francis Cirillo, and yeah, it's based on the tomato timer. I think it's based on the kitchen cooking timer.
Right.
I think so.
Cooking timer. Okay. That makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
you were talking about lack of connection.
Yeah, lack of connection. So it's about connecting. Having, I mentioned before, I suffer from depression, and I think the key to it is being able to speak to someone, being able to connect with someone. And I mean, if you're religious, it could be going to your community, going to church. And if you want to take a class, you could go do it I did improv class, do a wine appreciation class.
Spin.
Just get out there. Yeah, spin. Don't go for spinning. Just get out there and play with your kids and play in a way that you are playing like them, not really playing at their level. Like I play Barbies and I have made little voices of the Barbies with my little girl and really make little scenes in and play that way. And I think when you get out of your head and into your heart and to the people around you, you actually forget about how you feel, because depression and aloneness is that kind of energy where you're just really
Implode.
sinking in and implode and just feeling I'm all alone. No one understands me. No one listens to me. But it's all about expressing the energy out and tapping into the people around you. So I think lack of connection would impact the immune system, because let's say if you're mentally and emotionally stressed, it's going to impact your physical body as well.
Totally.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that, and I think the other important thing, and tell me if I'm right or wrong, is to keep your friends as long as you can, because the older you get, the stronger a social circle you need. Am I right?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, the stronger the social you need, and you'll probably end up realizing that you go through phases of different friends, but there are few, like one or two friends that you just hang on to for the rest, and you say, wow, we go all the way back to primary school.
Yeah.
And sometimes we just need to just every now and then remember that person and just message them how you're doing, because we're in Singapore, we live very busy lives. It's easy to just kind of forget about everything but just work and family. So I think it's time every now and then just send a WhatsApp message. Hey, I'm thinking about you. How you doing?
So if you're listening in and you know someone like that, please message your friend, your family, or anything, and just say hi, hello.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't know any of my childhood friends anymore. I've lost contact with all of them. Wow. But I have new friends. Yes. That's very important.
That's okay. That's all right.
Which is why I'm telling you, FD, golf is very important, because you need friends to play golf. So no matter what,
is true. This
you
is
keep on
true.
making friends.
True. For Bumble as well. Yeah. Make new friends on Bumble.
For Bumble as well.
Let me see. I have golf on one hand. I have Bumble on the other. Which one am I going to pick?
But I think it's important to have some close friends, some closer friends. You know what I mean?
It is.
Yeah. So, Luke, your last point would be poor breathing patterns, and we've spoken a lot about breathing.
Yeah, we've spoken a lot about it. I think the vitamins and mineral deficiencies we didn't really go much into, but I would say number one, having spoken to a lot of experts and doctors on this topic, is vitamin D supplementation. A lot of times we spend our time indoors, and vitamin D is a hormone that's synthesized through exposure to sunlight. And although we live in a sunny country, a lot of people spend their times indoors. So I think it's important to firstly get your vitamin D levels checked. And what I've heard from these doctors, the amount that you should supplement with, if you're deficient, is between 2,000 and 5,000 IUs.
Okay.
So you can get that. So that's vitamin D.
I take 3,000, and that's a very good point that you mentioned. Vitamin D is not even a vitamin; it's a hormone.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I think it's the most special vitamin, so to speak. Because it's not really. It's not. It's a hormone, and it's vital to our bodies. Yeah.
Indeed. Hormonal function and also immune system. So the final one is breathing patterns, and the first thing, as I mentioned previously, is nasal breathing, because it's your first line of defense. Line of defense, and go out to nature and just breathe the clean air of nature, and really breathe in. With breathing gratitude, like let's say I watch the sunrise every Friday with my daughter. When I see the sunrise, I breathe in the sunrise and breathe in the gratitude that I have the opportunity to be there with my daughter to feel the sunrise. So I think really integrate that as well, and breathe consciously, and try to focus on this one.
Thanks to you, I've been very conscious
Of
that.
my- yeah,
because
same,
remember,
same.
I told you once before, Luke,
Awesome.
that I, especially when I'm running or I'm playing sports, right, I breathe through my mouth. But now I'm a bit
nose,
more
yeah.
conscious, and I try to breathe through my nose. And I think
That is key.
I'm feeling better. Because in the past, I used to think, okay, maybe there's a blockage here. So, I'm not getting enough, oxygen. But the more you breathe through your nasal passage, the more it clears up.
Clears up. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
amount of ART tests we do now is a lot of
Oh, yeah,
space really,
absolutely.
very clear.
True.
But Luke,
That's clean.
I do want to say something that is great, that I think that you've started a routine with your daughter every Friday going to see the sunset, because this is the kind of memory that will live with her as she grows up. It'll be something so beautiful that you've created. Really nicely done.
Thank you, and I hope so. And she loves it. She really, really loves it.
That's going to be a point where she's going to hate it.
True.
Well,
When
yeah,
she hits her teenage years, she's like, nah,
Yeah,
I don't want to
14
hang
years
out.
old. I'm like, it's 6 a.m., pa.
Yeah, why are you waking me up?
But let me tell you, Luke, I'm 65. I'm
Hey,
65.
I thought you were 64.
No, I'm 65.
Five already.
65, that's right.
And I can still remember Sunday walks through the Cook Road Market with my dad holding my hand.
Oh,
Oh, that's beautiful.
So your daughter will remember. She will remember.
That is beautiful. That is
Yeah.
beautiful. So
She will remember.
Yeah, that's very touching. Thank you for sharing that, FD.
No worries.
Yeah. So.
okay. Any last words, Luke?
Yeah, I mean, I do have like a challenge, and also on the Plant-Based Asia Summit that's free for everyone to attend. Health, wellness, immune system. Just head to luketan.co. I got an 8-day challenge and access to the Plant-Based Asia Summit, which everyone can tune in for free as well. So thank you very much for all your time and energy to my morning.
No,
Thank you, Luke.
Likewise, Luke.
Thanks,
Thank you
Luke.
so
Thanks,
very
Luke.
much.
See you next week.
Yeah. See you next week.
Take care.
Have a great one. All right, take care.
Take care,
Bye.
mate.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, that was Luke Tan, our veducator and personal development coach. And right now we have our the trickster is in the house. The trickster. Okay, not our magician is in the house. Yeah. No, our ventriloquist is in the house. He's multi-talented. He's the one, the only Sean Chua. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Everyone doing good today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your hair is a bit shorter today. Eh? You had a trim. Eh?
No, I did not.
Okay.
Oh,
It's windy over there.
that's
that's-
windy.
That's the thing with curls. You can never tell how long it is. It's true. It's true.
Wait,
It
but
actually reaches your waist, right?
It's actually up to here for real.
There you go.
those are natural curls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Because some people still perm their hair. No,
Yeah.
no really.
When I
really.
was
no, no,
younger,
no,
when
there
I
are
was
men that
younger,
say-
when I was younger, I had to do that every couple of weeks.
Permanent.
Why?
Hair? You like
Yeah, because I
Portugal?
wanted curls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when I was in my 20s.
Wow, that must have been a sight. Do you have pictures?
Not that I'm going to show any of you.
You got 36,000 photos, but you don't have those photos.
Yeah. Well, are they
Yee.
tight curls like Jerry curls?
Tight curls.
Oh no!
Tight curls. Oh, okay, I was about to say, before you said tight curls, I was about to say, okay, I can picture you with a perm. You just look like a white Sean Chua. But since you said tight curls,
Really tight curls, yeah.
Tight curls. Wow.
Not my proudest moment.
we all have those moments.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
Sean, what do you have for us today?
Okay, let's do something fun. Since everyone's here and everyone watching at home, so let's do something with
Cards.
Ah, Jay.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna move this down so that you guys can have a look at everything on the table. Let's hope the wire plays. Yeah, Mr. Wire,
good.
cooperate. Okay, very
oh,
good.
nice.
Okay.
Great shot.
Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is there's four of us. That's four of you. Let's all do our part. So let's start with Glenn. Glenn.
Okay.
Now this deck of cards. Okay. As you can see, all the cards, of course, they are different. You can try to verify them if you want, but I guess it doesn't really matter now. What we're gonna do
I
is
verified it. I looked at every single card.
Very good. Now, if I was there in person with you,
Yep.
I would get you to cut the deck. But
Okay.
since you can't reach through the screen, just cut it wherever you want by saying stop.
Stop.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. So right here. Now, you could have cut to the bottom and picked any one of these cards.
Right.
But you cut over here, so we're going to use these cards.
Okay.
Okay. So right now, let's go with the other three, Angel, Sean, and FD, each of you get to pick out one card. So when I go this way, just say stop. So let's start with Angel.
Stop.
This one?
Yep. The
Okay.
third one, yeah.
Okay. And let's continue. FD.
Stop.
This one?
No, one before it.
This one. Okay. Making it as fair as possible.
That's
Okay,
so
and
nice.
Sean.
Okay, stop.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are three possible selections here. Glenn,
Yes,
you
sir.
get to choose which one we should pick out.
Oh, now he's picking us, no?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Whoa.
I pick Sean's, which is
This
the
one?
last one. Yeah.
Okay, this one right here. All right, so you could have picked this one, or any one of these, okay? But you picked this one right here, and let's have a look at the card that you picked, and that is the 10 of Hearts.
Ooh, I
Ten
like
of
that.
hearts. Okay.
Okay, 10 of Hearts. All right. Now I'm going to put the 10 of Hearts into the middle of the deck. Right there. Okay, and it's going in face up. And I'm not going to touch it anymore. So usually I would get probably Sean to hold onto the card, but since Sean's not here, I'm just going to make sure I don't touch it. Just clip it right there.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
So we clip it right there. We'll put it over there. Now, just to be sure, that was the 10 of Hearts. So have a look and see if there is another 10 of Hearts in here.
Yeah, there. I saw the King of Hearts. It's the
10 of
same
Hearts.
as
Ten, are
the
you?
King of Hearts, the
10.
same as the 10 of
10.
Hearts. Right? No. Okay.
Bling.
All right. No 10 of Hearts there. I don't
Same
Okay,
think so.
value. Same value.
Yep, yep.
Same value, yeah, depending on what game you're playing. And
Yeah.
of course, let's just check that there's also no 10 of Hearts on the other side, the other half.
Ten of
Okay.
spades, ten of
That's a 10 of diamonds.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
obviously, there's no 10 of Hearts here because the 10 of Hearts is over here. Am I right?
Yes.
And this clip has been holding it the entire time.
Yes.
But it was not.
Oh.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, it's the Jack. It's the bigger brother.
Yes, because the 10 of Hearts was never in the deck.
It was in the phone.
Check, my phone is over here.
Angel.
Because the phone is there. Oh, no.
I didn't even think about it.
On.
No, no, no.
Not even on the
In
phone.
my-
It's inside. No.
on.
Wow.
No way.
And it's Jack.
Oh,
10 of Hearts.
Whoa.
That's excellent.
wow.
That's
That was
excellent.
really,
That's really
really good. Wow.
You
Well
can
done,
scam
Sean.
old
Really
people
good.
know of their money.
Right?
This would have been
That's
a lot
really
more fun, I tell you, if you guys were there and you were holding the cards. I've done this with people, and they get to hold the card, instead of the clip.
Yeah.
You get to
Oh.
cut the deck. You get to
Oh,
pull
really?
the cards out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that drives people
One
crazy.
day, one day.
Because I mean,
one
doing
day.
it virtually like this, I'm sure somebody's going like, "Hey, camera trick."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hard to camera trick either because Sean is live. How do you camera
Yeah,
trick?
it's like
Yeah, it is live.
Yeah, but some people are asking the question: is it really live?
Oh,
Everything we do is live.
or did we pre-plan the
Yeah,
cards?
is this pre-recorded right now?
Okay,
Pre-plan
just
the
so that
card.
everyone knows, we do not plan anything.
Yep.
Yep.
Time check right now is
To show
8:45
that it's
a.m.
live,
By the way,
it's 9:01.
9:01.
I mean, it's what?
9:01.
9:01
Mr.
a.m.
There you go. It's live.
It's all live. We don't plan anything. We come on every weekend, and you guys have no idea what's gonna happen.
You need to
and it
hold a
still happens.
newspaper to show that it's today.
Yeah.
Alibi.
Wow.
Very good.
Very
Well
good.
done, guys.
Awesome. Well done.
I'm just going to give a tip to the people who are trying to figure that trick out. They're like, how do you do it? Okay, I'm going to give you two tips. Two possible theories. Theory number one is it's real magic.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And theory number two is no matter what card you picked, I probably had it somewhere around and have to remember all 52 positions and just pull out the right one.
I believe in magic.
It's magic.
Yes, of course it's magic. Of course.
Magic.
Awesome.
Thank
Well
you.
done, Sean.
Okay.
Great
Thank you,
stuff.
guys.
Sean, have a good weekend.
Have a
Follow-
good weekend, everyone.
Follow Sean at
Yes.
Sean V Me,
Sean,
everybody.
Yeah, what happened to your thingy?
Sean V Me.
my
Because they
thingy.
see it.
Listening.
They see it. They see it.
Yeah.
Oh, they do?
Oh, they
okay.
see it.
Oh, they do. Okay.
All right,
Alright.
awesome.
So see you guys next week.
Thanks,
have a
John.
good weekend.
All right,
Bye.
bro.
Take care, man.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Stay safe. Bye bye. How awesome was that, huh?
Wow,
That was really,
crazy.
really good. That was really good.
That was crazy.
You saw him put the card into the phone, is it, Angel?
Into the phone,
Because
yeah.
You called it.
Split it,
You
yeah, I
called
called
it at that point. I'm like,
Yeah.
That was the only other thing on the table. So
Yeah, that's why I called it. It was sitting there, and obviously
what a
it's a trick.
detective you are.
I love it. I should learn to shut up. Okay. All right. Share the video. Bye.
Bye.